We have made it to week 8, and so that takes us to modernist poetry. And so I picked the most backward seeming of the modernist poets. And again, I'm going to start by reading a poem to you. And this is one you won't have to read. See, it's a bonus. I'm doing some of your work for you. Robert Frost's The Road Not Taken. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, and leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Hey, you may very well have heard this poem at some point before. You may think you know what it means. It seems to mean something. It's in fact, it's used as kind of a bumper sticker kind of a thing. To say, don't take the road always traveled. Go against the flow. Be a little bit of a rebel. Don't fit in the box. Don't go with the crowd. All that stuff, right? Right? Is that what it means? Yeah, I mean, come on. He says, I took the road less traveled by, and that's made all the difference. So you're supposed to take the road less traveled, right? Well, that seems to be the interpretation. That's the way most people always interpret it. And this is one of the reasons, the fact that it can be read different ways is one of the reasons that I think of Frost very much as a modernist, because he was somebody who he was trying to layer meanings on top of each other so that we didn't always know exactly what he was saying. Let's look at that last quatrain, not 4 lines, 5 lines, quintain I think it's called, stanza. It's a stanza for sure. Okay. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Now wait a minute. He says, I will be telling this with a sigh. Is this like, I took the one less traveled by, and that's made all the difference? Or is it, I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference? I mean, is this a good sigh or a bad sigh? Why a sigh? Why not, with enthusiasm, with triumph, with I don't know, not a sigh? That just seems odd. So, is this really a sad poem telling you don't take the road less traveled? Maybe it is. Or is there another possibility? Well, let's look at what he actually says here. He took the road less traveled by, right? Or did he? Look at the second stanza. Why did he take the road he took? Because it was grassy and wanted wear, right? Though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. Let me read that again. Though, as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. So, did he really take the road less traveled? I don't think he did. I think he came to a place where 2 roads diverged, and one of them, he went one way, it would have been pretty much the same, and the other way it would have been about the same, and it wasn't any real difference. And the very next line confirms that. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. So what is he saying? We'll go back to that last stanza. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Why not today? Well, no, ages and ages hence. Years from now I'm going to say this. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that's made all the difference. I think what he's saying here is, I know me, and I made this choice back here, and it really wasn't any big deal. But years from now, I'm going to say, oh, I made this choice, and it has made all the difference. And I'm gonna romanticize it, and I'm gonna make a big deal when really it wasn't. So what is it? Is this the go against the flow poem? Is it the don't go against the flow poem? Or is it this I'm a deluder of myself poem? I like that last reading, but I know we can read it on all three levels. And that, to me, is what makes Frost a modernist and a complicated kind of a guy, even though he looks very traditional in ways. So, we're going to read a number of modernist poets. I'm not going to go into any more of them, but try to read them with that level of complexity. Realize that they're trying to pack stuff in there into a few words and say a lot and be a little bit cagey about it. Okay? You work hard at it. Hopefully you'll get something good out of it, and hopefully you'll like something you read. Okay? Have a great week. Thanks.